Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Just give us another minute before we'll start and more people join. Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for our exciting webinar series, Meet the Small Business Liaison. My name is Alex Salas. I'm a Business Development Specialist and the Veterans Liaison for our OCIE District Office. We're thrilled to have you join us for this informative session designed specifically for small business owners and entrepreneurs looking to expand their horizons. This week, we have the honor to have a representative from the Orange County Procurement, Ms. Helen Hernandez, as our special guest. So whether you are currently in the 8A program or contemplating joining, this webinar provides a unique opportunity to connect directly with key federal and non-federal agencies. During the session, you'll gain invaluable insights for best practices for effective doing business with the government and your local government, how to navigate the procurement process and discover strategies to enhance your business visibility and competitiveness. And that being said, let's start the webinar. Again, the webinar is to help you connect with these agencies, whether it be locally or you're in the 8A program and you're at your transitional stage, you're supposed to be looking for sales outside the program. So this webinar series is to help you connect and find those opportunities. My special guest here today is Ms. Helen Hernandez. Helen holds a bachelor's degree in human services and has been with the County of Orange for 24 years, working at various departments throughout her career with the county. 20 of her 24 years have been in procurement, ranging from commodities, professional services, architectural engineering, construction, and human service contracts. Helen works at the County Procurement Office as a strategic program manager, overseeing the county's supplier engagement program, where she educates suppliers on how to do business with the county. And that being said, Helen, I'll let you take over from here.
Thank you, Alex, for the introduction. Good morning, everybody. So he pretty much said it all, 24 years and counting, 7 more to go. But who's counting, right? Alex has, I've met Alex a few times. He's attended events that we have here at the county, and I've seen him at other outreach events where I go out and educate all types of businesses on how to do business with the county. And then invite them to, whatever sessions we have on how to do business, and let them know what's going on in the county. So I will get started. I have it's about 30-minute presentation. There's about 30 slides with a lot of info. Feel free to ask questions during, or if you want to save them till after, I'm happy to answer any questions. So let me share my screen. Okay. Sorry, I'm not computer savvy. Okay, here we go. So here's an overview of what we're going to go over today. Just kind of how the county is set up, the different departments of the county, our structure of the procurement office, our county spend, our different types of contracts, our regional cooperative contracts that are shared amongst all the 22 departments and the outside public agencies. We'll navigate the website a little bit so that way you can become a little familiar. So when you go to explore it on your own, you'll know where to go to find information and info on our preference policies that we have here at the county. And so we'll get started. These are our Board of Supervisors. The County of Orange is divided by 5 districts. With that said, each supervisor has departments that they oversee. For public protection, we have the Sheriff's Department, the DA, Public Defender, and the Office of Independent Review. Community services, where it's client-based, is healthcare, social services, child support, and Orange County Community Resources, which is our department that oversees all the parks and libraries. Our infrastructure and environmental, our public works, waste and recycling, and John Wayne Airport, where a lot of construction and maintenance comes out of those departments. And then general services, assessors, auditor controller, clerk of the board, clerk recorder, and so forth. The county is made up of 22 departments, so we're pretty big and divided. Let's see. Our county procurement is now moving towards a centralized procurement. We've been decentralized since I started the county, and last month in February, the board approved us to become fully centralized through a phase over the next year. So pretty much every department will keep the procurement team. The only thing that's really going to change is the reporting structure, and that's because we already kind of run as a centralized county, meaning our office here, we handle all the training, the policies, procedures. Everyone sends us information to approve before they move forward. So we're kind of already a quasi-centralized. It was just the reporting structure that was left to finalize it. So nothing's really going to change as far as services, solicitations, and how we do business. So we have over 290 buyers here at the county, split amongst those 22 departments. Each agency is responsible for purchasing their own services related to their department. And I already mentioned we're made up of 22 departments. Here at the County Procurement Office, as I mentioned, we oversee and establish procedures. We provide training. We conduct annual compliance reviews to make sure everything is according to policy and procedures, to kind of make sure we're doing everything by a standard. So that way, if a vendor is doing business with one department, the process isn't different with another department. We implement the county-wide cooperative agreements. So when more than one department utilizes a type of service or commodity, we bid those services out here at our office for all the departments to utilize. And we include co-op language that allows not just the County of Orange departments, but outside public agencies. So County of Riverside, all the way up north, we have people asking for copies of our contracts so they can bypass the solicitation process and use the current contracts that we have. We administer the county surplus program. If no one's familiar with surplus, that just means when the county buys any type of equipment, whether that be laptops, computers, desks, chairs, vehicles, helicopters. Once we're done utilizing that, we can't just throw it away. It has to go through a surplus process since it's paid with taxpayer funds. So we usually try to auction those things off. That's why you'll see sometimes on the freeway, it looks like a police car, but it doesn't have the lights or the logos. So when they're done with those vehicles, they go to like an auction and people buy them. So we manage that program here. And then, as I mentioned, we administer the two preference policies that the county has, which is Orange County Local Small Business and Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise. Okay, so our county spend for the fiscal 24-25 thus far, this is how we are spending our money. As you can see, professional services has the majority of the dollars that we spend here. So professional service is any type of service to maintain the county buildings and services for the public of Orange County. So that may be plumbing services, painting, I'm trying to think. There's just so many, like vending machine, consulting services, just any type of service the county needs to maintain the county. Human services would be client-based services. So our homeless shelter programs have a lot of contracts in place to help that population. we have, correctional services, nursing. So anything related to actually helping a person would be considered human service. Public works, construction, new buildings, that kind of stuff. Commodity is something tangible. So, like a cell phone, a computer, chair, furniture, anything tangible. Lease would just be, a leasing of a building. And then architectural engineering are design plans for the construction projects or any type of engineering services. Our fourth quarter spend is 1.3 billion. So we do spend about 6 billion a year here in procurement. So we are definitely a busy county with a lot of money to spend. So that's, yeah, so 1.3 for the fourth quarter. So we spend a lot of money, do a lot of contracts, every department. As I mentioned earlier, here at the County Procurement Office, we solicit contracts to put together. We call them regional cooperative agreements. So currently we have over 300 in place, and these contracts are utilized by our county departments across the county, but they are also utilized by other public agencies. We like to include cooperative agreement language so that way our cities that are smaller and don't have the capacity can utilize our contracts, so they're not having to duplicate the work that we're already doing for them. There's 117 different types of services and commodities within those 315 individual contracts. And all of our contracts are searchable on Pavilion's website. In a few slides, I'll show you where you can look up the contracts from our website, but they're all searchable. And we put all of our co-op contracts on this website, but all of our other contracts are available through our bidding system, so which is available to view to the public as well. Pavilion. So here is, let's see if the links are going to work for me. Sometimes they're a little testy, but so this is our website. OCGov.com is the general county website. You would just go to the CEO's office and it's broken up, and then you would go to procurement. So it would take you here. So let me see if this link works. It should. Can you guys see my screen? The actual website?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
I can never tell. Okay, so this is the actual website. So if you click on any of these here on the top, you can navigate. I'll just go over a couple of them, specifically doing business with the county. Down here we have, our protest procedures, our preference policies, a vendor registration for our online bidding system. So it has instructions how to do it. If you click directly there, you just hit subscribe and it'll ask you a bunch of questions to register. I don't know how to go back. I can't see the top. Hold on a second. Why can't I see? Let me try to move it. Oh my God. Sorry. This is why I don't like online, because it never works for me. So let me go back. Okay. I was going to, let me go back. Okay, so you can also view our open bids here too. Let's see, which is open bids. If you click on open bids, it'll also have the information for our bidding system, and it'll show you what's open, when it's closing, and then you click on them and you can register that way as well. So it'll give you a list. And then here's our contracts portal, which is what I was telling you earlier, where you can go and browse by vendor, by description, our contracts. And so everything's available to the public. And so you can go ahead and take a look at that at your leisure. Our RCAs, this is our RCA list, which is what I was mentioning before. It's separated by description. So furniture, if you're a promotional company, it lists the contract, the vendor, and the expiration, so you know when it's going to come up for rebid in the future. Let's see. And it goes all the way down: landscape, transportation, marketing. So as you can see, we have a lot of different types of services, and then contracts within those services. Okay, let me re-click. I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. Okay, so vendor information here. I was going to talk about this later down, but this is, I host a monthly vendor information day, kind of the same presentation I'm giving to you guys. We do it in person. I can give you more information as we go down. I'm trying to find, here's about our surplus program I was mentioning. It'll take you to the online bidding site, so you can take a look. If you're interested in buying an old cop car, you can take a look there. It's kind of like eBay, but for surplus. So it's, if anyone here has ever bought anything on eBay, it's literally, it's an auction. So it's set up that way. Okay, so let me go back to my PowerPoint. Oh, Pavilion. That was the whole point of this, right? So Pavilion, yeah, so where is right here? So Pavilion, you can search any type of our contract. I always use furniture as an example, just because I know there's a contract there. So it'll pull it up. So it'll give all the results for furniture contracts that we have in place. It for me, because I have it to where it filters within Orange County for me first. That's why it's only bringing up Orange County stuff first. But if I was someone outside of like the government of the Orange County, if you search furniture, it'll bring up everything. But you can also set your filters as well. So as I mentioned, everything is here. If you click on the link, I haven't logged in for a while. What does that mean? Sorry, this is new. It's free to sign up. Just every so often you have to log back in. It's been a few months, so it'll bring up a description of the contract. It'll have all the information. It has the expiration date. You can view the contract by clicking here, or you can view the contract clicking on the links. So let's click on this. This is a credit check one. So it has the insurance, it has the actual contract here. This also kind of gives you an opportunity of how our contracts are set up, the terms and conditions that are standard for all of our contracts. That way you can kind of take a look before you're bidding on or getting into contract with the county. So this is very helpful. It has pricing. Nothing's blocked out. So feel free to browse our website. This PowerPoint will be sent out, so you guys will have all the links as well. Let's see. Sorry. Okay. So next, our SoCal Alliance. So we started this alliance 3 years ago here at Orange County. We started just with our county departments and our 34 cities within Orange County. And we meet quarterly. We talk about everything going on in the world of procurement. We let them know what new contracts we have, so that way they could utilize them if needed. We offer trainings, all kinds of things to our counterparts within California. So with the last year and a half, we've expanded outside of Orange County. So it's not just Orange County. We have, County of LA, Riverside County, San Bernardino County, as well as their own special districts and cities within those counties. So it's gotten pretty huge. We had our 3-year anniversary party 2 weeks ago. There was over 200 procurement professionals that attended. And so, we just like to share anything that's going on here in Orange County and invite all the other government agencies to participate. We have a mentorship program and an internship program. We collaborate on contracts. We ask them, if there's any services that they need that we can procure on behalf of them. So it's a really great thing that we do. And we're constantly working with a bunch of different public agencies. So it's really great to see what other agencies are doing out there. Here is our procurement request process. So, we have a lot of businesses that reach out to procurement staff, and, we're limited on what we can do. I always respond and encourage them to register, through OpenGov, which is our bidding platform. I can sometimes refer them to, like, if it's IT related, refer them to the IT procurement manager. If it's something for a healthcare department, refer them to our healthcare department. But what I tell suppliers and vendors is I kind of like to educate them on what the process is, so that way they know we don't have the final say on who gets a contract, who we put a contract, who we want to use. It's the end users. So it's the program people that are actually doing the work who decide the need for us to put a contract together. So there's a purchasing requisition that every contract and anything we purchase has to have by law. This is the authority to spend the county money. So it gets approved by the internal program as well as budget. Once it gets approved, it gets sent to procurement for processing. So at that point, procurement will look, we have thresholds. So for services, if it's over 75, we know we need to go out to public bid. If it's under the 75, then if they have a vendor on there, we can go ahead and get into contract with them. So, we just determine which method to best use. We also have the option of using a Cal card, which is a credit card for the county. It has all the same rules. You need a requisition. They let us know, who they want to purchase from. These are usually smaller amounts, under 5,000. So it would be mostly, like a lock change, or, if they need some kind of supply that's not available on contract, then we would utilize a Cal card. And then once the goods and services are received and accepted, then that's when you guys will get paid. As I mentioned earlier, we do have thresholds. So for commodities, which is something tangible, anything under 10, we could use whoever they want. 10,000 to 25, we just have to have 2 quotes. And whoever is the lowest, that's who we go with. And anything over 25,000 requires a public bid on our online bidding system. So if you're not registered with OpenGov and you want to do business with Orange County, make sure you register. There's more information to come on that, but we're not the only county that utilizes this bidding platform. So you'll get notified from other government agencies when they have solicitations out there on the street for public bid. Professional and architectural engineering services, the threshold 75,000, as I mentioned before. And then public works construction, anything under 60 is we could use whoever we want. Anything over 60 requires a public bid. And then anything over 200,000 a year requires board approval. So because we do $1 million construction projects. So let's see. These are our typical solicitation methods here at the county. IFB, which is lowest responsible bidder. So as long as you're all 3 of those, you will get the contract. And these are all posted on our online bidding site. An RFP is a longer process. That's an evaluation process for best value. So price isn't necessarily a factor. It's more based on qualifications and performance, and how you plan on getting what we want done. So it's about a 6 to 8 month process. There's an evaluation panel. You submit a proposal meeting all our criteria requirements. They get scored. There's interviews. So it's a longer process. And then 2-step bidding is it's kind of you do a request for quals to make sure you're qualified to provide what we need. And then everyone who is qualified moves on to whether it's a low bid process or a qualification based process. Here's the QR code for our online bidding system. If you want to take a scan of that, it'll take you directly to our website to go ahead and register to start receiving notifications. Here are some helpful hints when you are thinking about responding to any of our solicitations. Make sure you read the solicitation package carefully. all the terms and conditions, all the required certification licenses, the due dates, anything. And I always tell people, don't wait for the last minute, because there's always an issue with technology. And we've had that happen where people wait to the last minute and there's an error, they can't attach or whatnot. And the system will not accept late bids, and we will not accept any email or paper bids. So give yourself plenty of time for those type of errors. There is a question period for every solicitation. It's usually the first 2 weeks from when it opens, but there's dates. So make sure you're reading the dates so you can get your questions in if you have any before those dates. Let me see what else. Due date, no late submissions, as I mentioned. And it's kind of hard now that everything's fully electronic. Before, when we received in paper, it was easier, but now the system, it'll close. So that's not even possible, but we won't accept them via email or in person either. Let me check to see if there's questions. I apologize.
We do have a few questions, but we can wait to the end if you're almost done.
Sure. Okay, so due diligence. So this is something new. We now require everybody who does business with the county, whether you're nonprofit or corporation, to be registered with all 4 of these. So this is new. So if you have done business recently with the county, you probably noticed that you have to take some extra steps. So if you plan on doing business with us in the future, maybe try to get this stuff done before then, because some of them take like 30 days. And by then the solicitation could be closed by then. So, the state of California Attorney General, Dun & Bradstreet, the California Secretary of State, and then sam.gov. So, oh shoot, wrong one. Apologize. Okay. Open bids, I kind of already showed you where to do that. It's at the top right here, open bids, and it'll come up. Same thing when you subscribe, it'll show you all of our open bids. Once you register, you'll start receiving automatic notifications. You'll just enter like your keywords. So if you're like an IT, cyber security, you would put like cybersecurity, IT, networking, all those technical terms. So when a solicitation comes up for those type of services, you'll be notified. And they're really great about customer service, OpenGov. I've actually had to use them, and they have a little chat on the bottom. They'll answer your questions. And if you can't figure it out, they'll schedule like a Zoom thing, and they'll help you like live right on your computer. So it's really great if you have any issues. Some of our award requirements. So this would be once you're getting a contract with the county, just kind of like a heads up. We do require a W-9 on the latest IRS form, and we need the W-9 because it goes into our financial system for payment. So you only need it to set up one time. So if you've never done business, you will be asked for a W-9. So just beware. If you've done business with us before and been paid, then you're most likely already in the system. If your address has changed or your name or whatnot, a new one will be required to be sent in to update that information in the financial system. We do require insurance for certain types of contracts. If it's a commodity delivered by a third party, such as FedEx, UPS, we don't require insurance. But if it's your own company making the delivery, we do require insurance. Services, of course, because they're coming on county property doing work, we require services. Construction, obviously, they're not the standard 1 million, 2 million aggregate. It would be based off of the scope of the work that they're providing. So that's why you want to take a look at the insurance requirements when there's a solicitation. There's also an option for EFT payment, which is directly to your bank, so you don't have to wait for a check. So that's found on the vendor information page. Doing business, I kind of already went over. It has all the information, how to do business with us. So the contact us here, this has a list of all the 22 departments and their procurement manager. So if you want to reach out to, if you're have to do with vehicles, fleet falls under public works. So you're going to want to reach out to the public works manager and have them refer you to someone in fleet. If you're someone who would provide client services, for someone under like a social service program, you would find the manager for social services and they would refer you to the program within that department. So we do make that available for the public. So you're not getting, thrown around by different people in the county. Kind of streamline it a little bit. These are our county approved co-op contracts. I'm not sure if anyone here is familiar with a co-op, but it's a big contract that is solicited by a state usually and put together for the entire country to utilize. So we do use those in some instances for like office supplies. We utilize Staples and Office Depot. Since we can't bid every single item that they carry, we typically use these co-ops for those type of services. Let's see. So our preferences. So we do have two here at the county, as I mentioned, Orange County Local Small Business and Disabled Veteran. They each get a 5% preference on their solicitation. If you have both, you get 8%. So I do know contracts that have been awarded based off of the preference that we do have. So it is a program that works. We actually just put one together about a year and a half ago for our copier services. Before we used to have 4 vendors that took care of all the 22 department copiers. And there was, hundreds of copiers, and every department could issue a contract within those 4 off of the RCA that we put in place. But we did a study, and it was going to save the county millions of dollars to consolidate it to one vendor. So we did an RFP, and we ended up awarding to a small business here in Orange County, and they got the preference, and they ended up being the lowest. Without that preference, they would not have been awarded the contract. So I know firsthand that the preference policy does work. So in order to be deemed Orange County local small business, you have to be in Orange County and then registered as a small business. And we do have you guys verify that certification here at this OCIE LSB Verify, because when you submit a bid, it's going to ask for the certificate that you receive when you register. And that has to be included in your response to be deemed to get this preference. Here are the requirements for the disabled veteran. You have to sign the affirmation and then register with the state of California. So we do have a new preference policy that was effective in July. So your subs of big contracts can satisfy the requirement for the preference policy, but 20% of the total value has to be awarded to small business or disabled business. So that was a good thing that they implemented to kind of help the smaller businesses get contracts, or do work for the county. So our partner is SBA, Alex, and then SCORE, which is another, I can't even think of the word.
Resource partner.
Resource. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm like, what is that word? Yeah, another resource for small businesses. Let me see. So next month, I don't know if Alex shared with you all, but we have an annual supplier outreach event. This is our 4th annual. We've actually grown so much that we're having it at the Anaheim Convention Center this year. I checked this morning and we're over 1,200 registered attendees. We're almost hitting, we have over 350 exhibitors. We're almost hitting our limit. It's free to attend, free to register. It's 9 to 1. It's gonna be fun. We got a DJ this year. A lot of things. I don't know if you've been in the past. It was prior at Mile Square Park, so it was a smaller venue. But this year, we have the whole 3rd floor of the convention center, so it's going to be great. So, if you want, register to attend. It's also on our website, as you saw when I was browsing. But you can go ahead and take the QR code and register to attend. And then we have a monthly vendor information day where I do the same presentation, but after the presentation, you can network with 2 or 3 of our county departments that show up, and just have a one-on-one with somebody face to face. I have some suppliers that come to every meeting, some come to a few, because each month it's a different department represented. So I would encourage you all to attend at least one session. It's here at our offices. So the next one is May 1st, and we skipped April because of our big event. So we will have one May 1st. It's from 1 to 2. And our address is, we're right here in downtown Santa Ana. Let me see. Because we make our contracts available on Pavilion or OpenGov, you don't really have to do your PRA unless you want something that you don't see. So you do have to submit a PRA through the next request. It's an online request, and it's located down here, or you can use the link once this PowerPoint is sent to you. Go ahead and fill it out and submit it, and then they'll send it to the department, and they have about 10 days to respond back to you. You can follow the County Procurement Office on LinkedIn. We do a lot of events, a lot of procurement related things. We even do some public trainings that we invite suppliers to. So, make sure you register, and then also so you're notified of next year's supplier outreach event in case, you guys don't hear from me. And I guess at this time we'll take questions. Alex, do you want to read me the questions?
Yes, we
Okay.
have quite a bit of questions already. How do I become preferred approved vendor for certain services?
So the County of Orange doesn't have a preferred list. As I mentioned, everything over those thresholds goes out for public bid. So we don't have a preferred list. You could register with OpenGov, and you'll be notified when there is a solicitation out there that meets the services that you provide.
Who would we contact from your department responsible for all matters real estate development?
So we do. So I'm at the CEO's office, and we have a real estate division. So you can, the email that's up, if you send me an email with kind of what you're looking for, I can send it to our real estate department.
Who would we contact for your department responsible for all matters? I'm sorry, we just read that one. Sorry. Can we get an email address where we can request more information for the Procurement Alliance meetings?
Well, are they a public agency asking? It's only for public agencies to attend.
Got it.
Yeah. They're not open to the public. They're only for government agencies.
Okay, so my company currently has an RCA with Orange County. How can I find and market to additional agencies that accept your RCA?
So the contact list that I showed you, it has all the procurement contacts for that department. You can send them an email. You could attend the vendor information day to let them know you have an RCA. Who do they talk to? Maybe the department you're looking for will be there that day. So that's how a lot of the RCA vendors market their contracts. They show up to vendor information day, supplier outreach. All of our 22 departments will be there, and we already have like 20 other government agencies that'll be at the supplier outreach event. So even if you just come as an attendee, there's plenty of public agencies there and our county agencies that will be in attendance that you can meet and let them know all about your company.
Does the county offices procure basic tools such as pliers, scissors, screwdrivers, etc.? If so, what is the process?
No, so we have Home Depot and we have Granger on contract. So when they need those kind of things, they utilize those contracts.
So just to be clear, the event on April 12th is for government entities only?
April 12th, April 16th is our supplier outreach event, and it's open to everybody, suppliers and public agencies. It's this one. It's open to everybody.
Okay. Is OCIE included in this process?
Yes, so they're one of our 22 departments.
Okay. How do we get certified as OCSB?
So hold on. Right here. You guys will have to click on this website and it'll have you fill out all your business information, probably upload whatever the state gives you back. And it's a whole process. They verify and then they send you back your certificate.
If I have a commodity, how can I find it? Find if you buy raw rhodium, for example.
Wait, can you repeat that?
If you have a commodity, how can I find it? How do I find if you buy raw?
Raw
Like
what?
rhodium, it's a material.
I don't know what that is. Um, Raw
Well,
material?
yeah, does it kind of buy raw material?
What's considered raw material? Like dirt?
Gladys posted this message, so we'll see if she posts
Maybe,
again.
yeah, if you can email me with a little bit more information, or if you want to type in a little bit more information, like an example of what raw material is.
They just said rhodium is the raw, and I guess we're asking if the county buys any raw material. Um, I guess it's like zinc or aluminum. I mean, large quantities of
No,
raw material.
that
Okay,
doesn't sound, no, that doesn't sound familiar at all.
okay, okay. Someone asked to show the barcode for what's over under 75,000.
The barcode? Oh, the bidding system?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, right here.
Okay. One more IT here. We have
Sure.
a cybersecurity encryption hardware we'd like to present to your IT department. What's the best way to arrange that?
So I can get you in contact with the procurement manager and she can forward it to that division within the IT department.
Okay. So someone did Glass did respond back. Rhodium is a raw. Do I need to manufacture rhodium for fiber optics?
So yeah, we don't buy raw material. So if we need services that require raw material, the contractor who's doing the work would get the material. So we don't supply the material for the service. We hire the company that's going to provide their service and they do their own purchase of materials.
Someone's asking, we cannot view the verified vendor certification website. What is the URL? Um, again, on the slideshow, you'll get the recording of this. All the links are active, correct, Helen?
Yes, I can put
Okay.
this in the chat.
All
Let
right.
me see. I'm gonna stop
Yeah.
sharing right now because
Yeah.
it's a weird view. I don't know why it's doing
No,
that.
I understand. I'm going to share Helen's contact information right now. Just 1 second, please.
It's cut. My screen's getting cut off. I don't know why it's doing that.
There we go. Can we see Helen's contact information?
Oh, perfect. Yeah. It's not letting me copy and paste. So
No, I don't understand this question. They just posted. Well, we can ask questions directly to Helen if you want to email her. Um, do we have any more questions? I don't think we do. So again, thank you, Helen,
of course.
for presenting today on OC procurement. I hope my guests, everyone is aware of your contact and how to do business with the county and where to go to now. You will receive a copy of the presentation. This has been recorded, so we'll have an option for you to watch this later. We do have another webinar series coming up, doing business with Orange County Transportation Authority. So if you're interested in doing that, I recommend you sign up for that event. And someone's asking, I'm sorry, these questions are coming out here.
That's okay.
We are a hybrid staffing firm. How can we get in touch with that department or POC?
So staffing, we procure those contracts here at our county procurement office. So we do have contracts in place. You can check when they expire, and we go out for solicitation about 5 months before they expire.
Okay. Someone's asking for the Anaheim event real quick. 1 second. I'm going to post it back up again. There it is. For everyone that's registered, I will attach the supplier outreach event flyer as well, so that you'll have it in the email. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you, Helen, again for your time. I'm gonna leave your email up there one more time for those who want to contact you. Again, thank you everyone for your time. I appreciate it. I hope this is informative. If you need any more resources from Helen or the SBA, please feel free to reach out to myself or our district office. Again, we'll be hosting another webinar series for you to, expand your networking, and have a great day.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Alex.
Ellen.
Okay, bye everybody.
Bye-bye.